It's not about me anymore. Now I'm pouty.
This series is so good.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another podcast. I am your host, DjCreative. With me today is my lovely co-host, Jake. I was forgetting it. SupBruuH. Adamants. How you doing, Jacob?
Doing well, Justin.
Yeah, so we're gonna discuss episode 4 of House of the Dragon today. We both just watched it, so it's nice and fresh. Where should we start? What a banger! What
Literally,
an absolute banger!
no pun intended.
Pun intended. I think I don't want to be that guy, but I swear from episode 1, the very first time that I saw him with her, I was like, is he like into her? Like the way he creep. Do you remember when he like put the necklace around her? And she was like, huh. I was like, does they have sexual tension? And I'm like, well, it is Game of Thrones, but yes, it is confirmed. He like creepily raped her. She liked
I
it.
don't think they actually had sex, though.
Yeah, he put it in.
You sure?
Yeah, he bent her over against the wall.
Well, yeah,
And
but I
then
don't think he put it in.
I think he did. And then they talked about it too. Like she's like defiled now, like she's no longer a virgin.
Well, they think that. So, I don't think that it actually, like, they actually fought. But, like, they were kissing and, like foreplaying. So she denied the fucking part, but she just didn't want to come clean about the, like, incest intimacy.
Yeah. Either way, it's crazy.
And then she
What
got with the guy that I called that she would.
you called that she would bang him?
No, the night.
Oh yeah. Everybody saw that. Oh yeah, what a little whore. No offense. Um, gets raped by her uncle and then fucking goes and it's. I
I
don't
wouldn't
want.
say raped. She was just
Okay, I keep
seduced.
using that word, but I
Seduced.
feel like I thought in a way, like I don't know if they implied this or if this is just my thought. It's almost like in a way he was like teaching her how to like go for what she really wants.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that they had sex.
Yeah,
He went to a certain point and then he was pulling away just so he could use that to like trouble the mind of his brother, the king.
yeah, I have that written down here. That would suck being a king. Like, how do you ever tell someone's true intent
Kill
when they want
him.
when they want something so bad? Because you're right, that would be like at first I was like, oh yeah, he's just in love with his niece. I keep wanting to say cousin, niece. But then you're right, he could just want the throne, and that's why you'd want her.
Yeah. I knew it was gonna get weird as soon as I seen the X on the little map.
Oh yeah. I was like, as much as I love that part, a part of me, like the engineer side of me, is like, you really don't know if there's this huge unknown part on the other side of your room, like really, but maybe,
Secret passage for a reason, you know?
yeah. So right towards the beginning when they were on that boat, uh, brought up the dragon whistle. What the fuck is up with the whistling? Is the dragon whistling, or is there some dude out there whistling when the dragons come?
Not sure.
Listen
Don't
next
know if
time
you
the
caught it.
dragons come. There's always a whistle. Someone's always like, and then the dragon comes. I'm like, does some guy like
I couldn't
alert?
even hear your whistle.
Really?
No, nothing.
I don't know. Really?
I don't think your mic's picking it up.
The fuck? Just clipped right there really bad. Um, yeah, I wrote down notes early in the episode to make it obvious that Rhaenyra loves her uncle. She's always smirking when he's being a dick. Um,
Well, they had to have incest, right? It's Game of Thrones.
yeah. Why does the queen care so much about Rhaenyra and Daemon? Like they like make her look like she's jealous, like right from the even before they did it, when there was just the tension. And she was like, "Do you want to go see the tapestry?" Like trying to like get him. Does she like Damon or what? What is that about? Why is she jealous that they would like each other?
I don't know. They were friends before she was queen.
Oh, I see. So she's jealous of the friendship, not. I always thought it was towards Damon, but you're right. It could be just from she not wanting Rhaenyra to go elsewhere because she wants her as a friend.
Probably. And well, she said she's lonely as a queen, and then she was just like trying to accommodate like reward or like open arms to him, and then they kind of laughed her off with her suggestion because he's like a
Oh yeah,
warrior.
yeah. Hey,
Why would he want to
that's
see a
a good
painting?
part. Like finally, the king's actually being like a dude for once instead of like a nice guy. He was like, "I don't want to do that." Yeah, you should.
Want to see a
Um,
painting?
yeah. You want to see the tapestry? You know what it reminded me of is when you were talking about getting me tapestries. You're like having me look it up on Amazon. You're like, you need some tapestries in your background. Um, he took away the hand position. What do you think about that?
Oh, I saw that one. Like it's reminds me of like the story of a lot of different shows, Last Kingdom and stuff, where the hand gets self interest overwhelming more than serving the king, and it gets, you know, recognized. I guess I would say, like so. I saw that coming.
Yeah,
Now the
I never,
vengefulness and everything's gonna happen. So him coming home, the brother. This is all part of his plan to manipulate his niece to start a feud, to point at his right hand, to try to get an angle, to force. I think it's trying to get him to force the marriage to the sea snake because he's still allianced with the sea snake.
you think Damien wants all that?
Well, yeah, he's buddy buddy with the sea snake.
Oh, when they met up, that's their little evil plan.
Yeah,
What does
to
he get out?
ruin the virtue of the princess, and in order to cover it up or something, she force weds the princess to the sea snake's son, which is his alliance.
That would make sense because the way he was like, he like wanted to corrupt her, like in the brothel. He went about halfway and then
Yeah,
pulled it back.
yeah,
So he like wanted just enough for it to be a thing.
yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I could see him scheming. He seems like a fucking
Like
schemer.
I said, he plays chess, not checkers.
But what is he up to though? Well, how does her marrying the sea snake's son? Snake.
He wants to tear the kingdom apart, but he knows he can't do that by force. He has to do it
He's
eternally.
just a dude that just wants chaos.
Yeah, he's doing it internally. He's starting drama, if you will, in amongst the family in the realm. And the king, by trying to, even though he doesn't know it actually didn't happen, Damon didn't say that. So he led the king to believe that it did. Because Damon really didn't say shit, he just didn't deny anything. So by doing that, it creates doubt. And now the king needs to keep that um, intelligence or that stuff inside the walls. Because if it gets out, the value of her virtue or whatever, virginity,
Right.
will
That's the word they use.
defile her as a possible heir. So now he's going to feel pressure to marry her off before it finds out. Hence the drink of him trying to like that birth control tea at the end.
Oh yeah,
Um,
fucking medieval days Plan B tea.
yeah. So he's trying to keep it. He's trying to conspiracy keep it, from getting out to the common folk, and
Yeah,
that's what Damon wants. Because when he wants them vulnerable, and he's playing them like into his hand. He has an angle, whether that be to get him to marry the sea snake, to get them to wed. I don't think that's the goal. I think
you
that
think it
was
was
like,
his plan to get the hand fired?
yes, because
Um,
he's shifting it to, he didn't deny it, but the king's not going to believe it. So he's going to think the hand is trying to tarnish the image of his daughter.
damn, that would
Yeah.
be deep if you thought that deep. Maybe Game of Thrones wasn't that deep. It was just about power, like trying to fuck people over. But if he's making moves, that would be. I think there's a little bit something behind Damon, but I don't know if it's that deep. Maybe
By, what's the princess's name again?
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, that's right. By Rhaenyra's facial expressions, I don't think it went that deep. So,
Ho ho ho. Before we move on, you think the hand is done? You think that guy's out of the picture?
no. So basically, he's gonna become a disgruntled employee, I guess, if you will. Now his daughter's still the queen, so
Right.
he has
Some
power.
some skin in the game, yeah.
But now he's going to. There's a bunch of different ways it could go. Could become murderous. He could become, um, like sneaky, like use other allies or forms of power. Like I've seen in other shows, he could do something like when they're on transport, he has a couple hired men do something to the princess and blames it on somebody else to try to get his trust back. Just a lot of different deceitful
Yeah.
things he can do. But he's definitely gonna still got his eye on his self.
So you think
Self
overall
gain.
he's an evil character, like going for the throne? Like you don't think he's righteous, actually trying to be a good hand?
No. Well, he might be righteous to a point, but he has self interest.
Yeah. Do you think? But
So
I
he
guess
even
what I'm
said there was a scene in previous where he was like, "You need to persuade him. He doesn't know what to do," and that's why his daughter just lays there like a rape victim.
Oh, that was so awkward
Yeah.
with this fucking weird skin condition. The fuck is that, dude? She's just sitting there like, this is gross. Like, ooh. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that guy. I can't. It's either like he's like a huge character and he's like way more into it than you think, or I'm just like he's nothing and I'm just looking too much into it. I don't know which way they're gonna go yet. Is it the same creators as Game of Thrones?
I don't know, but he passed it down to somebody.
Matt would know.
But well, they
Matt's
were talking about it. They talk about it after the episodes and stuff. He's like, "I'm trusting my baby to these people. That's in good hands." So the director's influenced.
nope.
I think that girl's gonna run off with the night, like I was saying earlier.
Yeah, but now that I was thinking that before, but now that the deal with Damien's there, I don't see it as much because now she's like invested in the
So the thing with Damon wasn't her like in love with her uncle. It was just a young girl seduced. He took her in front of everybody having sex and looking like they loved it. You know what I mean? Like visual. Got her curious. She was drunk. Like they were in and out of taverns, and then he takes her to where everybody's naked having sex, and then he's just the closest one up in her personal space.
hmm.
So basically, seduced her, groomed her, got her all horned up, and he needed her to be seen doing an activity.
You know,
So
now that you're saying that, Actually, it's starting to click in my mind. That could be what he was trying to do. Because I was like, why is he acting so weird? Like he was into it, but he was pulling back.
Yeah.
You're right.
He
He could have just
needed
been
that
getting
because
horned up.
if she would have just gotten with any other person, the king would have that person killed and they would just bury it. So now that it happened with him,
With the
brother of
knight?
the king, no,
Oh,
brother of the
just,
king, someone saw that. Like if they just saw her in the brothel with somebody else, they just bury the evidence. But
but
now
you were
that
saying
he,
though that he got her horned up so that knowing that she would go back to the knight, dude.
yes,
What advantage would that give him?
well, before they were talking about she didn't want this, she just wanted to be alone. And he was said like something like, "You got to do what you want." When they're speaking Tigerian, it's like you should choose your own heir. What blah blah. So he knows about them. He knows about everything. He's a creepy little villain guy that sees all.
Okay, so you're giving him utmost respect as far as knowing what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. If
Okay.
you
They
if you're in the
portray him.
background of the shadow and you want to take if you want to take somebody's throne, you have to do your homework.
That's true. That's true. So do you think ultimately this is a Game of Thrones situation where everybody's the hand, the sea snake, the brother, everybody's trying to go for the throne? That's what the show's about, in a sense, you think?
Oh yeah, like the episodes, a couple episodes where he disrespected the sea snake, and him and Damon were sitting there discussing whatever. He's like, "You
How to get
let
rid of
me
it.
handle my brother," Damon said, or whatever. And what did the sea snake just like? 3 years later, we forgot about it. We killed all these guys, and we're good now.
Yeah.
No, and now that the sea snake is having someone else's daughter marry allies to become stronger on their borders or whatever, Damon's up to something in the middle here.
Yeah, true that. All right, well there you have it, folks. This has been episode 4 recap. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.